It's the Rundown. Chapsy back in, stunned with his shiny Mo Money, Mo Problem shoes. I'm rocking the new Chicks in the Office hat. I love that little Chicky logo.
I got our new gambling line.
There you go.
Go check it out. All the motivational sayings that we just keep muttering to each ourselves. There's one that just says, everyone dies anyway. And it's only money.
Can I get a your mother's ass shirt, please?
Mother's ass.
I've been saying that phrase my whole life, and I love that it's getting popularized here now.
Ass.
Your mother's ass shirt.
There'll be a lot of your
with
mother's
proud.
ass tomorrow.
There'll be a lot of that, like for the rest of my life. Your mother's ass. Today's Rundown is brought to you by Movement Watches. Join the movement. 15% off when you go to mvmt.com/rundown. Free shipping, free returns if you want to swap it out. You're not even going to return it because you're going to like it. But if you want to swap it out, because they have different colors, different materials, different bands, different sizes, guys, girls, they've got other accessories like sunglasses, and all of it starts at just $95 instead of your usual $400 or $500 for watches of this quality. Go to mvmt.com/rundown. We begin with the mob. The mob is back here in New York, in case you didn't know, Chapsy. There was a mob. Well, it is and it isn't.
Who do you think is scarier, the mob or the cartel?
The
Cartel.
Yeah, I agree.
Cartel. Mob has code.
Yeah, the mob has rules, and at the end of the day, they're really like about the money and like kind of business. Whereas I know the cartel is about the drug game, but they also want to like chop your hands off and fucking chop your head off.
Make an
They
example.
get off on that shit, yeah.
Yeah, like put your head on a stake.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, like primal.
Well, the mob's not great either.
They're not great, but they're better than the cartel. But it turns out this guy, the mob boss getting killed had nothing to do with the mob. It was a rogue fucking lunatic who he got dumped by a girl, and he killed, I guess the uncle was Frankie Boy Cali. So like, yeah, all right, you got dumped, dude. Don't go kill a mob boss over it, you fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
And he was like on camera. He left fingerprints. He's like the worst criminal ever. But today was the funeral for Frankie Boy Cali, R.I.P. And one lone reporter showed up to try to cover the event. I don't know if you know this, the mob doesn't like that.
Yeah, I can imagine they
said,
found on that.
Get out of here or we'll blow your fucking head off.
So how old was the reporter, you know?
I don't know. It was from like I think like ABC though, or something like a prominent.
Because would
place.
you want to be the reporter who gets that on film? You getting your head blown off if you're like live stream?
I would prefer to not get my head blown off.
Yeah, I'd say that'd be bad.
But you and Roan, did you hear this?
Yeah, Roan.
So Roan and Dan were gonna go to the mob.
Well,
funeral.
we're gonna pay our respects because if
You
we
know
don't
what
pay our
happened?
respects, like who are we?
One reporter showed up to cover the event, and they told him, "Get the fuck out of here, or we're gonna blow your fucking head off."
Jesus Christ.
So it could have been you guys.
Because we would have been more persistent than that
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
We'd be like, whose head are you going to fucking blow off?
Yeah, shit.
That's good. Good for
I
us
mean-
for not dying.
Yeah.
Respect.
Good for
And
us.
the utmost respect to the mob.
Yes.
Frankie Boy Cali.
We're not,
R.I.P.
and the cartel. We're
Yeah, we
not
don't fuck with
trying
that.
to get on anyone's
with
bad
Wait, were you
side.
talking about the cartel, that the cartel was supposed to be involved
No,
with this
no, no.
killing?
We said who's worse, the mob or the cartel?
Well, we pay respect to both because we don't want to get
The
killed.
utmost respect.
I
But
don't
they're
think we
on-
pay respect to the cartel.
I think we got to pay respect to
See,
anyone
I think
that
the
could
cartel's
want to
almost
kill
like
you.
terrorists, though. You're not gonna pay your respect to like Al Qaeda.
All right, see, I'm not going to
Yeah.
go that far because I don't want to.
I mean, they are essentially terrorists.
I respect their power.
Is
I don't
it-
respect
are-
what they stand for.
Is it?
Yeah, I kinda respect
they're
the
the
mob,
terrorists
though.
or the people
business
who?
I mean, I want to be firmly
or
on the record that I'm
America's-
against the cartel and I'm against terrorism.
What about the
But
mob?
the mob, you're good. The mob is a gray area.
I mean,
I don't really know what the mob does is bad other than like Goodfellas. And if you're only killing people within your own organization, you got no problem with it.
yeah.
But you don't
Like, if the
respect your
mob don't-
enemy? What
like,
about
if the
respecting your enemy to make sure that you make sure that you're giving them the proper due that they deserve
Well-
so that you don't get overwhelmed by them?
Also, I'm saying I'm giving respect to the like I'm not actually respecting them.
It
afraid
feels
It's a
like
ta-
you're
it's a
respecting
gi-
them a little
It's
bit.
a tip of the cap so that I don't get disrespected, the ultimate disrespect, my life.
I'm just saying that the cartel and like terrorism, I think, are pretty close, and the mob is like shady business. We're gonna like,
I just want to
peddle
be
some
left out of
drugs
all
and run
of
some
Yeah,
this.
strip
I
clubs.
just
like
want to
cigarette
pay
tax.
ultimate
Yeah.
respect to everyone.
There's a big difference between like cigarette tax and shoving heroin up someone's ass and making them walk across the border.
fact.
True.
Dan, that's a fact.
Respect
Sounds smart.
to everyone.
Respect to everyone, even
Respect
the
to
people
all people.
with the stuff in their butts going across the borders.
I have no issues with mules at all.
They don't
They don't have a choice. Yeah. Nobody's like, yeah, put all this up my ass. I
Yeah.
mean, some people.
So
Nothing wrong with
respect
that.
mules.
Yeah.
The humans and
Respect
the
the
animals.
mules.
Yeah.
I respect anybody with stuff up their ass.
That's a big list. I feel like.
That's a wide network cast.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Person
got
I don't
sideways.
respect, Derek Jeter. New book is out called, or coming out called Inside the Empire. the New York Post ran an article that was just an excerpt from the book, and basically just details how much Derek Jeter sucks, how everyone in Miami hates him. Mike Stanton, like he wouldn't even call Mike Stanton when he got there. Tried to force him to go to St. Louis or San Francisco. Mike Stanton was like, fuck you, dude, I'm not going there. The league hates that he's an owner. The fans hate him. The players hate him. Cashman talked about how he, when Jeter's last contract was up, they gave him a 51 million over 3 years deal, and like they were far and away. Look at this weasel Hubs comes lurking around, ready to defend his boy. It was like far and away the biggest offer he got, and
That's an old story, by the way. That's
yeah.
like 3 months old.
No. But I didn't know this that Jeter was like, who else do you want to play shortstop for the New York Yankees? And Cashman just started rattling off names, and he was like, okay, never mind, I'm out of here. So I mean, I just couldn't believe that there are still people out there who actually think Derek Jeter is some like squeaky clean, like humble role model. When it turned out, once he went to Miami and showed his true colors, the guy's an asshole.
No, that's fair. I mean,
He's a fucking asshole.
dude, if you have that level of stardom, I think you agree with me here. You have to be an asshole. You have that ego.
1,000%.
I
just
think
can't
he has
believe that. Well, for like the last 20 years, every Yankee fan was talking about the captain and how
Well,
he's
he
the
handles
best
himself
teammate
in
and all that
the
shit.
PR perfectly, but like you're naive if you think that was all genuine, and like you
Okay.
are obviously
Then
the
fine.
way he treated his whole relationship with A-Rod, Cashman,
I
him and
think that
Torrey
you
had
are
butted heads.
in the minority on Yankee fans thinking
I have a
level-headedly,
brain.
though.
So that
Yeah,
helps.
that's really what it comes down to. Do you have a brain? He was a dick to A-Rod.
But that doesn't really change. You won 5 fucking championships in New York. You could do whatever you want.
Fine.
You could be an asshole.
I totally
Yeah.
agree with all these things. But just don't be under any illusions about what he is and what he is not.
Yeah, I also like his whole thing with Miami and the Marlins. Like, I don't even like listen. Like, that's just a different person. He's doing his own thing.
But that's
over
what I
there.
mean is it's not.
That doesn't affect anything.
That's the same guy. He was probably that same dick when he played. It was just that he was playing shortstop for the Yankees and winning, so people turned a blind eye.
Well, that might be true, but I mean, I just in my head, I block that out. Like whatever he's doing in Miami, he's got to do that to change the whole culture because that whole culture is so fucked.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
he has
if
to bring
he
a
just
little
came
Yankee
in and was
stuff.
like, I don't give a fuck about these players and I'm cleaning house, like, I respect it. But
I
again,
like how he did
it's
the
just
Stanton
kind
thing.
of
I like that. That's very Yankee-esque how he did the Stanton thing.
Yeah,
I
just
bet
be like,
Cash.
fuck
That's
you,
like
here's
that's
your
bringing the Cashman shit over there.
I can see that. I just can't believe the Yankee fans who still don't accept Jeter for
Those
what
people
he is.
just don't understand
I think it's
reality.
very interesting that your boy, like, as soon as baseball ended, everybody liked A-Rod and everybody hates Derek Jeter. And I think that shows more, like, what I think we had the wrong
that's
villain the whole
shocking.
time.
Can you imagine saying that 15 years ago?
Exactly.
That now the A-Rod be like beloved by
and
basically
Jeter,
everybody?
everyone's like, this guy's an asshole.
Right.
Like, because I think once baseball stopped and you're actually looking at what kind of guy each of those guys are, it's like A-Rod is a likable guy,
legitimately,
and
I know
Derek Jeter's
he's
not.
I know he's your pal and you work together, but he legitimately seems like such a cool dude.
Even the
Like,
fact that he's doing this with
when-
Dan, the
I
fact
mean,
that he's here is
even
recording
like
things. It's
that
like,
part, but
Derek
put
Jeter
that
would never
aside,
do
like
that.
He was just
you
in
would
the
think-
office at 10 o'clock on
Usually
Monday.
you're so cocky whenever you're that level of athlete. Just the way that he deals with J-Lo. Like, whenever J-Lo's up there dancing and singing and doing her thing,
He's all, like,
like
into it,
legit, like the
supportive, and-
proud,
Yes.
like Beyonce, like, hell yeah, like, get it, babe, get it.
Meanwhile, Jeter,
He's
you
like
know,
a common man. Who would have ever thought that A-Rod, the dude who had the centaur shit, would be the common man?
I
Well-
mean, I think he wasn't for so long, and he kind of realized that
Yeah,
it doesn't go well for
a
you.
couple things on this. One is everyone's favorite player is probably an asshole. Like that's just
But I think most people can admit it.
like ultra competitive, top of the line athletes who are like
They've been-
obsessed with winning.
And they've been like put on a pedestal for
Right, that's
more than
just-
half their life.
That's kind of
and-
what comes
Except
with
for
it.
Mike
like,
Trout.
They have a singular focus.
Well, Mike Trout does seem like the kind of guy who is a little bit less of that, whereas like Derek Jeter never was. He was
Right.
fucking Hollywood girls. He was giving out gift baskets. He hated A-Rod. It was like all the signs were there. We just never acknowledged them.
Well,
for some
and
reason.
then the other thing is that once you retire from professional sports, people don't care about you as much.
Right.
So you then have to be more giving. You can't do everything on your own terms.
Because you don't get you're not gonna have another walk-off hit to like
Derek
create
Jeter can
popularity.
And the
you know,
Cashman shit that Jeter does not going to work in Miami because he doesn't have the clout. He doesn't have the championships behind it as like a GM.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a different athlete.
got rid
you
of that
have to
fucking-
like you basically have to. Derek Jeter has to go from getting his taint licked to being the taint licker.
Right, and he has to like.
You got to play
like-
the game once you retire.
Yes,
like once
and-
when you're in it, when you're a professional athlete, everyone wants a piece of you, and you get to dictate how it goes. Like if you don't want to talk to the media, tough shit because you're the captain of the Yankees.
But even
as
the
soon
way,
as
the
you
way that
retire,
Jeter did talk in all of his like euphemisms and deflection and shit, when you come into an organization and you fire like Jack McKeon and you fire the mascot and all that shit, you actually have to answer for that. And his like usual routine of like I'm Derek Jeter and I can say what I want to say and not say what I don't want to say, that's not gonna fly.
See, I have no problem with like anything he's done. I get what you're saying though, Kevin. Like the people who still think that he's like squeaky clean and
The Marlins
and a really nice
needed
guy.
to be blown up.
That's crazy.
They needed to you need someone shrewd to come in and say, "Fuck this, guys, we're starting over." But then that is what it is. You're a shrewd businessman, and he doesn't care about the Yankees. He cares about himself. He cares about his money. He cares about his women. That's fine.
That's both
And
sides.
I've never thought that he was as handsome as everybody acts like he
he
is.
was
too.
always a little
Well, he's
bit.
starting to look a little bit like a penis.
Yeah.
He got an ET vibe once he shaved his head.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tommy?
I've met D a couple times.
Oh,
DJ?
DJ?
Had conflicting reports. First time I met him was in St. Louis, June 2005, at a restaurant. He was at a table with Jorge, Bernie, Tino, and Tanyan Sturtz. The waiter walks waiter walked me back there. I had my little Yankee sling bag on and hat. He was very nice. Signed the ball. Everyone signed. We then got sat across from them at dinner, like the table next to them, and I had like eye contact with him the entire time. So that was cool. Very nice. I then met him a few months later, stalking him. The Yankee stalking. We're playing the A's.
Why are you
They're
doing
staying
quotes? Were you stalking them or not?
Yeah, no, I stalked them for a while when I was younger. I would stay at their hotels and stuff. And one time they were staying across the street.
Are we just gonna brush over that?
I mean,
We're gonna let that go?
Well,
That was a little
I'm still hung up on the fact that Tommy sat across from Derek Jeter and
stared at him
stared
the
in
whole
his
time.
eyeballs the whole time.
Yeah. So anyway, Jeter was across the street, and me and my dad were on the hotel side of the street, and we saw him, and we had this poster with us because it was like for my dad's friend was in the picture where he dives into the stand. So he was like, if you see him, you get this sign. So we saw him across the street, hightailed it across with a green light, went up to him, we're like, hey, Derek, can you please sign this? And he just had his headphones in, just said no, and kept walking. And then funny fact, across the street, my mom was in the hotel lobby standing next to the Yankees head of security who didn't know that we were related to her. And he said to her, would you look at those two nutbags chasing after Derek Jeter?
Yeah, that's my son and my husband.
And she was like, oh, that's my husband and son. And he was like, well, they can't do that again or you're out of this hotel. But next year, we're back in their hotel every year.
Nailed it.
All
right.
Derek Jeter's an asshole, and I think so were you, Tom.
what I gleaned from that is Tommy's family vacations were stalking Derek Jeter.
That's correct.
So
anyway, he has his good-
Yeah, so wait, you didn't even answer
So
the
anyway,
question.
the point is he has his good days and his bad days, like all of us.
I do think there was someone who said that, like, you can't expect guys who are, on the road as much as baseball players, any professional athlete, like, of course you're going to catch them at a bad time sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes they don't want to see fucking little shithead Tommy running around with
No,
a
I don't.
poster
I know I don't.
and being like, hey, that's the kid who like 4 years ago was staring
No, it was
me
3 months
dead in the
earlier.
eyes for an entire dinner and wouldn't divert his gaze.
But you kind of alphaed him a little bit. Like if he
Yeah.
never said anything and you're just staring him in his eyes, and he
Well,
never
like,
said anything,
I was
got you to
eating, he
stop.
was eating, and we're looking back and forth.
Young Tommy,
Yeah.
Did you
fucking
give a
12
little,
years ago, made
This
Derek
is like-
Jeter
I was
feel
9.
uncomfortable.
You
Was
think
it-
that they talked about you afterwards?
Oh, yeah.
Tanyan Sturtz?
Oh, yeah.
Is this like seeing like a hot girl at the bar and you lock eyes and like...
It's like, yeah, who's going to make the first move?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
That was me and Derek.
how small you must have been 12 years ago that you made Derek Jeter uncomfortable when he's like,
Well,
the
no,
height-
who said he was uncomfortable?
He has to be.
Common sense.
If
We
anybody's
said
sitting
he's
there
uncomfortable.
staring at you for
A
that long,
shithead
for an
9-year-old?
entire dinner, you're
Yeah.
going to feel uncomfortable.
I'm surprised you weren't
Maybe,
kicked out of
maybe
the
not.
restaurant.
They sat us right next
That's
to
a
him.
good
They're
point.
like, yeah.
Maybe or maybe not. That's true.
All right, so last year we had this viral video, this girl getting pushed off of a fucking 60-foot bridge. Today or this week is the sentencing for the girl who pushed her. So she's standing on the edge of the bridge. She's trying to build up the nerve to jump, and this girl just shoves her. I mean, hard. At the point that her body flailed. She broke 6 ribs. She punctured both her lungs.
Oh!
Yeah. They said that it would be the equivalent of hitting concrete. I don't think so.
No, that is true.
No,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you fall 60 feet onto concrete, you're dead.
No,
you don't
no,
just
but
break
that's-
your ribs. You're fucking dead.
No, water becomes concrete.
I
at
understand
some
that,
height.
but there's got to be some sort of give, because if you fall off this bridge and it
It's
was
the
concrete,
second bounce that hits you on concrete. Like you don't do the second bounce on water.
I feel like if that was concrete, you're dead. 60 feet, her flailing, if she hit on her chest, your face, I think you're dead.
Maybe.
Depends on how you
anyway, I
fall.
don't know. She wasn't. Broke her ribs, punctured her
Close
lungs.
though.
Wait,
Close, real
Chaps
close.
and I are very skeptical of this 60-foot rule.
If you see this bridge, it's fucking high, man.
I think it's 48 feet was when it turns to concrete.
When water turns to concrete?
Yeah, that's why the highest diving platform in the Olympics is 48 feet.
Oh, good little
that's
stat
where the-
there.
I made that up.
Yeah, that sounded very fake. Tommy,
Kept going
get on
with
it.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
wanted to be honest.
the girl's getting sentenced. The girl who got pushed, they were friends. The girl who got pushed was like, sometimes I kind of want to see her go to jail, which I think is
They were.
fair, but also kind of fucked up.
They were. It's so funny because you know exactly what type of friends they
Yeah.
were. Like there was a group of friends. She had her friends, and then
Deep
they were
seated
like,
jealousy
you know, they
there.
were.
The
She
frenemy
was like
for
her
sure.
10th friend.
Yeah, and the way that she
Like,
pushed
kinda
her,
always hated
it was
you.
not a friendly push. It
No.
was like I'm gonna
This is a
shove you
mean
off a
girl
bridge.
push.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's obviously something going on there.
Somebody breaks your ribs though. Like that's just not goofing.
This
Like,
is-
No,
like, that's
60-foot
legit
bridge fall
pain.
is yeah.
This is also like I'm not a big eye for an eye guy, but like this should just be the punishment. She just pushes
Right.
her.
That's so easy. That's what I was
So
gonna say
easy.
too. I mean, just be like, okay, I will drop charges if you let me push you off. I don't know, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Mine was 60. We're gonna go 120.
Right.
That's it.
Stand at the exact same spot
Double
for
or
an entire
nothing.
day
That's the rule.
with a blindfold on, and I won't tell you when I'm going to push you.
Right.
Just like live in
trepidation
horror
for the whole
entire
fucking
day.
time.
Yeah.
Or you could do that, or you could pick one liver shot with one of those little tiny bats they give away at like giveaway night at the baseball field.
Okay.
A liver shot
I
at
was
any
gonna
time
say,
you can do
maybe
one.
you get to break 6 ribs however you want to break them.
However, that's dangerous.
That's
'Cause
how
you get-
Marilyn Manson.
We don't
sucked
know
his own
how
dick.
deep we don't know how deep the break was on hers.
That's true.
Punctured lungs. I don't know.
Ribs are a
Lung's
tricky
pretty
thing.
Lung's your lung, that hurt. You ever broken a rib?
No.
I have. You like
Ooh.
don't do anything for it.
No, you
You
can't.
can't.
Just like
You can't,
grow
put it
back
in a-
together.
You just sit there and
Yeah,
wheeze.
yeah, it's terrible. It's like
How'd you break a rib?
playing like touch football or like
Oh,
tackle
man.
football.
What about
like,
you?
know, in
In
the
action?
backyard.
Fell off a roof.
That sucks. It sucks.
If I
It's just
ever
like
break my ribs,
it's
I'll kill
basically
myself.
just a sharp pain in your side. For
And
like a
I'm
month.
already
You can't do anything.
I'm already prone to asthma, so I'm already wheezing.
Yeah, it's bad for
Yeah.
wheezing. Yeah, you
By the
have like
way-
a very shallow breath when you break a rib.
A little fallout from yesterday's rundown, right?
I don't want to talk about it.
What?
My wife said I was going to be stuck on 1150 for a while.
Good.
So
Good.
Oh yeah, well you guys.
I'm team.
You know what?
I'm
You
team
guys.
Mrs.
I
You know
asked
what would
her if-
happen
I
right
asked her
now?
if a
You would push
five-
him off a bridge. That's where
Yeah,
your
I'm
friendship's
team
at.
Mrs. Chaps. She
You would
was
get
in the
pushed off
right.
a bridge by
You
Dan
did
right
some
now.
very
I
ugly
can see
things.
that.
You were just spraying everyone.
You know
yesterday.
what Dan would push me if we went swimming together and we were standing on the side of the bridge and he looked at my brand new bathing suit and it said 34 on the sticker. He
You'll
would
never
def-
be a 34.
Is that a
was
challenge?
So mean. That was
How-
such
all right,
a mean-
let's
You
do-
will never be. A
No, you
34.
won't.
Let's do.
I'm not interested in this.
Let's
I'm
do
not
a
interested
bet.
in being a pawn.
This is the kind of
and you
motivation I need in
trying
my
to lose
life.
weight because you can't.
You're gonna get down to a 34.
I'm about to get fucking
Don't use
jacked
me as
right now.
motivation.
Next
because
time I come back up, no,
don't
not
have
next
willpower.
time. Two
See,
times from now.
I've said that as you guys were taking your pants off. I said you used to be in CrossFit shape. You
Yeah.
used to be in military shape.
I used to be a 32.
Dude,
It's
do you
got to
remember-
be in there somewhere. You just got to shed the.
It
Remember
is
when
somewhere.
I first started
Yeah,
here
you're
and
fucking
I did a
jacked.
rundown in like a tank top and you guys were
Yes.
like, okay, Hardo.
Yeah.
Because I was big.
oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
now
he's
I'm
in
like
physical
a fat
shape.
blogger. And you guys are like, you're going
It
to be a
happens
fat
to
blogger.
everyone. It
And I was
literally
like,
happens to
nah.
everyone.
And in my head, I was like, no, I'm not, dude.
Everybody says that.
Everyone says that. That's Tommy.
Everybody said it.
It's a fact
you-
of life.
you were-
you have
were
to
in
have just
CrossFit shape,
insane
it'll go away.
metabolism.
It'll stop.
Otherwise, you're fucked.
I know.
done.
And I've been eating so many of those chips in the thing, dude.
Oh,
I
Oh,
just,
pantry?
yeah.
can't
That
stop
thing
it.
is the devil.
It never ends.
I vote to get rid of the. I don't want a pantry in the new office.
Yeah.
No snack
Just
room.
celery sticks.
Yeah, that's fine.
And just a bunch of signs saying you're fat.
And all of the chips and all of the candy goes away so fast, and there's just like apples and bananas
Dude,
and grapes just sitting
Some days we'll come in here and there will be full candy bars.
Yeah, that's not even like the fun size ones.
Yeah,
You know what
I
happens?
remember
It's
that
not
last
even a
time. I
snack.
walked
Do you
in
know what
It's
happens?
just full
Ebony,
candy bars.
Ebony orders the snacks, and if she's high, she gets like the bomb ass snacks. It's like fuck, we got like
M&M,
movies.
peanut butter M&Ms, just
Yeah.
fucking 10
And
packs
that's
of
how
them.
Kate the other day was eating just a plain yogurt, like
Yeah,
not
and-
even flavored.
And some weird shit sneaks in there too. But yeah, she'll come back sometime. We got the mini muffins,
I'm
the
just so
Pop-Tarts,
sick of the
king size
same
candy bars.
It's ruined Sun Chips for me. Like I used to love Sun Chips.
Yeah.
Too many Sun Chips.
There were 4 full bags of sour cream and onion Lays, like giant.
Yeah, you
family-sized
can't have
bags.
that.
Like a snack.
It's basically we're basically living like in half baked when they do the order for food.
Terrible. Where are we at? Cardi B and Jlo are gonna be strippers in a movie.
Yep.
Which is just like clickbait, like
Count it.
headline heaven, you know.
Count it.
Those two names plus stripper, like forget it.
Do you think they're gonna
now,
get naked?
I mean, Cardi B is a stripper. I mean, she was a stripper like 20 minutes ago. J-Lo's got the moves, but I mean,
Was she a stripper?
Cardi B?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where?
Like
Atlanta?
when? Like very recently.
Damn.
She popped off in the last few years.
That's like a. Is it a movie about her?
I'm sure she's going to be playing a lot of herself. That was my point. Like J-Lo is acting. I don't know how much acting Cardi B's going to be doing.
They should
Have you
just
seen
remake
the
Stars
video
Born.
for Money.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I would do just about anything to be
Wait.
thick enough to shake my cheeks like that.
For what?
To shake my cheeks like they do
Yeah.
on Money.
Yeah.
If I was just on a
Make it
boat,
clap.
like, could you
Oh,
imagine?
I would be twerking all day, all night.
all the time on those boats. I would be slapping my butt cheeks in the wind
Seriously.
so fast.
No, you're right. People would just look over in the corner and just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Dan's twerking again." Just
it
'cause I
would-
can.
So it would make so many more podcast downloads because people are like, "Who's this dude with the cheeks?" You need to hear what he has to say about
Yeah.
the military. Like,
I'd cheek into the mic.
We call you Chaps.
I'd end every single
Dude.
episode.
You would go from Chaps
and
to
I'd be
Cheeks.
walking by, and I wouldn't wear anything but like pajama pants. And if you and Dave and Dan were doing the rundown,
Juicy.
I would just be walking by, and you guys could be like, "Hit it," and I would just drop to the floor.
Boom,
and
boom,
just-
boom, boom.
You know, you
Flap,
should
flap,
wear
flap,
those
flap,
like
flap, flap,
maxi dresses. You know, like the long dresses that
Yeah.
are like tight around the butt. You should wear that.
Dude, yeah.
You would look
I
hot.
would
You would look
so
hot.
Bring
on
back
those.
the male
Hot as
jumper, but
shit.
it's like a little bit
Oh
higher
my
on
God.
my waist.
Remember that?
Size
debacle?
36.
When I
You
walked
can't
out
wear
looking
your
like a-
wife's
when I was
romper.
walking out, I had like a big old camel toe, moose knuckle, if I may.
Moose knuckle,
Disgusting.
yeah.
Thank you,
Absolutely
Dan.
disgusting. Wrapping up here. One of the most shrewd internet moves I've ever seen in my life. Shane Dawson, who's in the middle of a cancel for cat fucking and pedophilia and racism and blackface. He drops down not one knee, drops down on two knees and proposes to his boyfriend, just trying to end this whole controversy.
It's kind of a
It's
play
such a
out of
move.
Kevin Spacey's book.
Yeah,
It's like when the heat gets too hot, he just came out of the closet. It was like,
play the
hey,
gay card. Yep. I mean, everyone is like, "Oh, my heart's so full. We're so happy for you guys." Like nobody cares that this guy is a pedophile who may or may not have fucked a cat.
It would
And
have
I
been.
was talking to Dan earlier, and he said like what Dawson did, like he didn't really think it was that bad with the cat. I disagree. Like I think it's pretty terrible.
I didn't say that.
I would hope you didn't say that.
No.
Because you said there's no penetration, and he just
No,
like kind of
Caleb,
rubbed on top of
Caleb
it.
said it's better to come on a cat than in a cat, which is actually true. He'd
Yeah.
prefer neither,
Yeah.
but that's a matter of fact that Caleb stated. That's
Yeah.
like you can't disagree with that.
That's why I always say when people say there's not much difference when prepositions that you use,
Right.
on and in,
And yeah,
so different.
Very, very big
That is a
difference.
huge difference when talking about cat fucking.
Yeah.
It's a huge
Yeah.
difference talking about fucking.
Yeah.
If people forget
Coming in,
prepositions
coming
are
on,
anything
that could
you
change your
do-
fucking life right there.
Yeah.
Prepositions are anything you could do to a mountain, on, in, between,
Yep. Around.
around.
Between them out. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Like if it's a preposition,
What would you do between them out?
What does that mean?
hanging out in the valley.
That's,
I don't know.
that's
That
not
that doesn't hold up.
It is.
Between them out.
That's true.
Either way,
Shout out Miss
I'm
White at
kind of.
UTSA.
It would have been. It would have been awesome if Shane Dawson's future husband like they trolled everyone. He had like whiskers or something.
Or if on like their
Yeah.
tuxedos, they just have cats covered.
Yeah,
up.
they absolutely should
So
have
this
leaned into
dude
it.
loves
I don't even think
fucking cats.
I don't even know if this other guy had a choice. I bet you Shane Dawson was like, "We're getting engaged because I got to get the heat off me."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get down on two knees.
Yeah, could you
That's
imagine
the craziest
if-
move of all. Forget about the cat fucking and the
Two knees.
pedophile comment.
Yeah.
Getting down on both your knees.
Well, but that's
You have
you
zero
bring up a
stability.
good point though, Kevin. Like
You have zero stability.
they're
on
gonna
two.
tell that story someday, and he's like, "So, how did he propose?" Well, it all started when he got accused of fucking a cat.
Yeah.
His mentions were in flames.
Vice was saying, you know, if you go like 2 tweets back, there's the tweet, "I didn't fuck a cat. I didn't come on a cat."
My favorite-
2
by the
tweets
way-
later, "I'm so happy.
But-
It's the best day of my
by
life."
the way-
You got to put some distance
It's
between
gonna
your
be a
proposal
wild-
and your cat fucking.
2 years, 3 years from now, it's gonna be a wild week on his time hop.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right. The underrated best part about the cat fucking tweet is the thread 1 dash question mark. I don't know how many
So
tweets I'm
good.
gonna need to get out of this cat fucking controversy.
more than 4, though.
So I'm not gonna box myself in here. Like let's
Stick
just
around.
keep it open ended.
Grab some sun chips. You're gonna be here a while.
I've never seen someone mishandle a scandal so badly and then pull this move out of nowhere. And
He should have
and-
just
I'm
done
kind
it.
of
One,
over it now.
two,
I know.
He's out of the clear
4,
for me.
5 proposal,
The-
6,
yeah.
7.
Shane Dawson, you were uncanceled in my opinion.
I was gonna say
Wow.
that until
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's such an outrageous
No,
move.
no,
It's
no,
like
no,
this
no,
guy's
no.
crazy.
Wow.
Here's why you can't. The cat fucking you can uncancel. The pedophilia shit is really weird.
There is?
It's
Okay,
really
I
bad.
didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah, if you,
See,
See,
can
if
I
you
just
listen
say
to the
something for a
pedophile part, it's
second?
way worse than the cat
This
fucking.
is is why the internet sucks. Because like we all had fun making fun of the cat fucker, and then you put in real.
No, but that's what's even
issues.
crazier.
Although I
He
guess
already
cat
went
fucking
through.
is kind of a real issue.
It's a lot
Again,
That's
less.
what
on
I'm
and
saying.
in.
Bestiality is pretty bad, but still, it was funny.
He already kind of dodged the pedophilia thing.
Okay,
first.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
And
That's
then,
fucked up.
like, if you hear the audio, it's like, I would be afraid to let that guy around my kids.
Yeah, I mean he fucks cats.
But even the way he talked, he was like, "This is a
Any
sexy little
living
6-year-old."
animal, or any living being that's in
All
your
right, I
house.
didn't know that part. See, but that's like we were having fun with the cat
know.
fucker.
Because then you just get tired of scrolling. You see his name, you're like, it's another cat thing. It's like, no, he's
No,
a-
it's actually
Way to
not a
ruin it, Shane Dawson, for being even shittier than we thought.
Like,
Wanna
just
re-cancel
be a
him?
cat fucker.
yeah,
and
he's
we can have some
canceled
fun.
again. I've
Re-canceled.
re-canceled.
Double
I've done
cancel.
some thinking.
All right, that's it for the rundown. We have shirts on sale now for Za's hometown back in Mozambique and Zimbabwe. 90% of this city is underwater, which is fucking bananas. Cyclone hit in Africa, so Za put a shirt on sale with some African tribal art, and all of the proceeds are going to go to one of the foundations out there. It's tough to get the money to Africa. It's not like we're just giving it to a fireman or a local person here. So we're gonna figure out the best place to do that. Za's on the case, but all the proceeds are gonna go to Africa. So do your boy Za and his hometown a solid. He said that the government's like not even doing anything. So honestly, like you'll probably help more than the fucking city and the country is doing for the people. So go buy a shirt. We also have the Unbreakable shirts. Are those still on sale for the New Zealand victims? So we're doing our thing out here, trying to do some good in the world. I see what you're doing here. The pandering.
He came up to me today. He was like, "What's up?
Look at my money,
looking
won't problem
slim
shoes
today,
and my
Dan.
shirt. How about that? It was
I
funny.
didn't say that first
Oh,
part.
you're looking pretty skinny. You're really hot. Let me see those booties. Let me see your twerk.
You know I always ask to see your tits.
See, that's me. They're supple.
I do, though.
I mean, you can't help yourself. You're just a rude person, Chaps.
Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the big tits. Damn, Daniel. Damn. Damn. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the big tits. Damn. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the big titties. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the nice tits. Damn. Damn, Daniel. Back at it again with the big tits. Damn.